So in this video, we are going to study the graphical representation of data. So we can represent frequency distribution by means of a graph, and graphical representation is more attractive than table. So you can see here, if you represent the statistical data in the form of a graph, so that will be more attractive and it is very easily understandable than the table. So that is what the meaning of this sentence. So we have four types of graphical representation. First one is the histogram, and it is also called as bar graph. Second one is the frequency polygon. Third one is the frequency curve, and fourth is cumulative frequency curve, or that is also called as ogive curves. So first we are going to study the histogram. Here the frequency distribution is represented by the rectangular bars. In the frequency distribution, if the class intervals are of equal width, the graph is drawn as follows. That is, the variable is taken along the x-axis and class frequency is taken along the y-axis, with the class interval as basis of the rectangle with height proportional to class frequency. If the class intervals are of unequal width, the rectangles are drawn with height proportional to frequency density. So here you have to observe, if the frequency distribution, that is the class intervals, if they are of equal width, then what you have to do is class frequency must be taken along the y-axis and variable is along the x-axis. If not, you have to take the other way, that is height proportional to frequency density. So here we have a note. Total area of the rectangle in the histogram represent the total frequency. If the frequency distribution has inclusive class intervals, they should be converted to exclusive type and then drawn histogram. So this is very important note, that is, if you have an inclusive type of intervals, that should be converted to exclusive type by using the adjustment method. So next we have, so now let us plot a histogram for this data. So this is the problem we have. For the following frequency distribution of height of student, draw histogram. This is the height of the students given in centimeters, that is from 140 to 145, 145 to 150, 150 to 155, up to 170 to 180. So these are the class intervals, and these are the number of students corresponding to these class intervals. So here this graph is nothing but the histograms, where we have a rectangular bars here. You can see over here. So here you can see these class intervals, they are of equal width, that is 140 to 145. That is the width is 5. Here also the width is 5. 150 to 155, the width is 5. That is, the distance from 150 to 155 is 5. Again here the difference is 5. The same thing. It means they are of equal width. So here what you have to do is, you have to take variable along the x-axis, that is height in centimeters, and the frequency is along the x-axis. So here I'll tell you how to draw the graph. So here I'm taking a plain paper. So here number of students, so number of students must be taken along the y-axis, height in centimeters must be taken along the x-axis. So let us draw the x and y-axis first. So this is the x-axis, and let me write the y-axis over here. So here the height in centimeters must be taken along the x-axis, height in centimeters, and here number of students over here. So here you can see we have taken a difference of 5, 0 to 5 or 5 to 10, something like this. So it's your wish, you can take any way you want the scaling here. So here if you want, you can just write 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to 30, or you can take the difference of 2 also, but here I am going to take the difference of 5 itself, because you can see, so here number of students, so it is, the least number is 3 and it is going to end at 20 over here. but here we have taken up to 30. That's not a problem. So here I am writing the scaling: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and it's 30. So I'll write 5 here. Okay, and here height should be taken. So 140 to 145. So let me write 140 here, 145, and then 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, and 180. So now first 140 to 145 range. So here we have a variable 4, and from 145 to 150 we have a variable 10 here. So here 140 to 145. So I am going to mark 4 below 5. You can see here 4 will come somewhere here. So let us join this line. So next 145 to 150. So it's 10. So you can see you have to take here the 10. So let me join this curve and let me join this line also. So now this is a rectangular bar graph here. And then 145 to 150. So it's 10 I have already written. And then from 150 to 155 it's 18. So 18 will come somewhere here below this 20. So let me join this also. And then from 155 to 160 it's 20. So let me write here. 20 is here, you can see 20. So you can join this line also. That is from 155 to 160 it's 20. If you want you can join this also. And then from 160 to 165 it's 19. 19 in the sense it will come below, somewhere here below 20. So you can see you can just mark somewhere here. So if you take the graph sheet, so your graph will be a proper one. So I am just putting a rough sketch over here. And then from 165 to 170, so it's 6. 6 in the sense it will come above the 5 somewhere here. So I'm going to join this. And from 170 to 180 it's only 3. So 3 means let me take here. We'll mark it here. So let me join this also. So now this is the rectangular bar graph. The same thing I have written here. Okay. So now next what I am going to do is, so here one more thing. So after 170 here we'll get a point 175 and then 180. So you can just join like this. Okay. So you'll get the same bar graph. You can see over here. Okay. So next we have the next example. Represent the following frequency distribution IQ of children by histogram. So you can see this is the class intervals and this is the number of children they have given, that is the frequency. So here the class interval of unequal width, you can see here from 60 to 80 the difference is 20, from 80 to 90 the difference will be 10, from 90 to 95 the difference is 5. So they are of unequal width. So your graph must be like this. The class interval are of unequal width. So rectangles must be taken with height proportional to frequency density. So you can see here height proportional to frequency density. So frequency density is this one. So this is the height. Okay. So height proportional to frequency density. And here you can see we have a class intervals. This is the frequency. So before plotting the graph for unequal width, so you have to write the frequency density like this. That is 10 divided by the width of the class interval. That is from 60 to 80 the difference is 20. So you are going to get the answer as 0.5. And then 15 divided by 10. So 10 is the width here. That is from 80 to 90 the difference is 10. That is 15 by 10 will be 1.5. So these are these frequencies must be taken while plotting the graph. So if you plot these points, so you are going to get a histogram like this. So you can just do it in the same way. So how I have shown just right now. Okay. So you can plot it in the same way. So here class intervals are taken along the x-axis and the frequency density is taken along the y-axis.